has been the discussion with you and coach or anyone since the actual fine came down?
There has been. I think that's the most misleading part of it. I can see if I was told, but there was no conversation about it. So, but it is what it is. We got the W.
JR, do you still think that your future is here in New York? Do you believe that in your heart?
Honestly, I don't even know at this point. At one point I was for sure, and now it's rocking the boat. But it is what it is. It's the nature of the business.
Mike Woodson offering a no comment after the game on the J.R. Smith situation. What do you make of this, Charles?
Well, they're suspending from being an idiot. It's that simple. You know, listen, Ernie, we're professionals, and they're not winning. And Mike Woodson unfairly, very unfairly, is on the hot seat, and he's got to deal with this crap. And this was just sending him a message. I applaud Mike Woodson because you can't lose and be a pain in the ass, Ernie. You can be a pain when you're winning, but you can't be a pain when you're losing. I thought the NBA sent him a message. Maybe was it a little excessive? Yeah, it was excessive. But not playing by Mike was a better message. And if he don't get the message here, and listen, his future is in New York. Nobody's going to trade for this guy.
And even adding to that message is when you beat the reigning champs by 10 and you do it without Tyson Chandler and you say, look, JR, we know what you're capable of, but you're not playing, and they still won the game, so that even reinforces that message. I know you're not a big fan of the $50,000 fine.
No, first of all, this is idiotic. It's juvenile, it's unprofessional, and uncalled for. $50,000 I thought was unwarranted. I thought that was
even after they told him, hey, look.
I think it was excessive.
You give him a warning, and the next night he comes back and does it again against Greg Monroe.
Yeah, I just think the precedence of what fines have been in the NBA, I just think that was excessive. You know, I'm not going to kind of defend him in that respect.
You know what? It probably would have been more if he got suspended, though, Kenny.
Agreed. I thought that two things should have happened. I thought it should have been a technical foul during the game. But I think Mike Woodson did probably what a great coach should do. And that's because it wasn't the fact that the league told him. It was the fact that, understandably, Mike Woodson had a conversation with him as well and said, you know, our concentration level, it shows that the Knicks, who had 5 games in the last 5-10 seconds of a game where they made not just bad decisions, but juvenile decisions. You're up 2, you have the ball with 10 seconds, you take a 3. Things of that nature.
Happened a couple of times.
Right, so that, you know, you have 5 games where that stuff happens. It shows that your concentration isn't there. And that is a lack of concentration. So if I continue to let that happen, then it goes on. The league, excessive. 50,000 is crazy. But Mike Woodson, that's a hell of a job showing him that our team needs to get mentally prepared for a game.
I don't like his response when they ask him the question. I mean, you know, he knows what he did was wrong. You know, it was juvenile, but it seems to me he doesn't care. You know, when you're a winner and, you know, you want to play well and you want your team to do well, you have to act like you care. And you know, the way he's been playing, he acts like he doesn't care. You know, the numbers are down from last year and doing things like that, he doesn't care. And if he continues not to care, then, you know, he's not going to be around that long.
Yeah, well, he's going to be around because they just gave him a new contract. That's the one thing.
Hey, but they're going to amnesty your ass.
Yeah, they could do that. But he's still going to get his money. In that situation, I like what you just said. He should just come and say, hey, you know what? I was very unprofessional. I was very juvenile. We're not winning. I shouldn't be doing that. I would love to see.
That's all he had to say.
That's all he had to say.
All he had to say.
Yeah, he put a tweet out there that he apologized to the fans.
That's
what I'm saying. That's not enough.
I want to see the eyes.
That's not enough.
Eyes don't lie. I want to see the eyes.
You want to see the eyes.
Nope, I don't even read it, honey.
Yeah.
No, you better not.
I'm not reading it. I just hashtag J.R. Smith signing off. Meantime, as far as the game goes, New York wins at 102-92, and so some signs of improvement for this New York team. They've won 4 out of 5.
Why couldn't he say that on camera?
Yeah, say it on camera.
He was there talking for a long time.
Right, all he had to do is say it. New York would have loved it.
Yeah.
Because everybody makes mistakes. It's how you react to your mistakes. Everybody, you know, same thing. It's not that you make a bad play in the game.
But
it's how you react to it when you make the bad play.
To his defense, if they were 29-2, would we be having this conversation?
No. But that's the point. I just said it earlier. Yeah. You can do stupid stuff when you're winning. You can't do it when you're losing.
You did it all the time.
Especially not in New York.